Hello, everybody. We're live today. We're going to be talking about your home page video script. And listen, this is one of my favorite things to talk about. And the reason is this is a video that everybody can start with, right? There's no dancing, there's no pointing, there's no lip syncing, but it's a really important, if you have a business, I feel like you should have a homepage video. And I'm not the only one who thinks that, right? There's a whole lot of statistics. I'm not going to bore you right now, but your homepage video not only is a great way for your audience, your viewer, to show up and realize, like, oh, I'm in the right place. I don't have to keep looking anymore. It is also preferred by SEO, and your viewer will stay on there. I guess I am going to bore you with the statistics. They'll stay on there 88% longer, right? So if you are looking for a way to get people like sticking, clicking, and buying, your homepage video is it. And it is not a super long video. So it differs from your live video in that it is a different audience. And that's one of the things I want to talk to you before today. We're going to talk about those three elements that you must have in your homepage video. But before we get there, you have to know your audience. And here's the nice thing about your homepage video is there's no convincing. It's a different type of audience who comes to that page because they've either met you and they're looking you up, or by some stroke of genius, they have found you online. So they're actively searching for a solution to something. And that is where, when we talk about the power of a homepage video, you have to show up and tell them, like, hey, it's me. You found it. You do not need to look any farther. And so really understanding your audience, where they are, where they are, not just the customer journey, but really in their awareness of what you have to offer, knowing how they talk and being able to talk back to them. And that's not just for the video, that's for the whole vibe of your homepage. And what I want you to really think about when we're talking about your homepage video is, what do they need to feel and hear, right? Because they're watching your video, in order to work with you. And there is no, I'm not holding back. There's going to be the offer at the end of this for me to help you write your homepage video script. This is my magic sauce. This is where I shine. And so I have a homepage video workshop coming up. It is live. If you can't make it live, I'll talk about that as well. But you want to be there live, right? Because you will write your script and then you will get my feedback, and we will go back and forth and make sure that you have a script that you're proud of, but also speaks to your audience and really nails it when it comes to these three parts that I'm going to talk about now. Now, the three parts, the elements, the crucial things you must have in your very short, and I'm talking 90 seconds or less, video on your homepage are the hook, the heart, and the CTA. I know it sounds so simple, right? Go ahead, then go. You got it. Go for it. No, I know it's not that simple, right? Because you're like, yeah, what do I talk about? So let's first talk about the first one. That's your hook. And listen, by this time, we're also used to video that, there's no surprise that you have about, and people say 15 seconds. I don't even think you have 15 seconds before someone makes a decision whether they're going to keep watching or not. So what I don't want you to do is waste time telling people who you are. They're on your homepage. They know who you are, and even if they don't care who you are at this point. What they care about is, yes, I'm in the right place. They need to check that box that they can stop searching the interwebs and that they have found the solution. So you have about 10 to 15 seconds to do that. Now, it doesn't mean that the hook of your homepage is only like a sentence. It just means that the first words out of your mouth have to be really impactful. And again, this comes back to you really intimately knowing your audience. Now, in the homepage video workshop, you will get a training and a workbook, and we will go through each of the things. And I have questions to prompt you to think about, like, well, how do I write my own hook? I've got you. You don't have to guess at it, but there are lots of different ways to approach it, right? Nobody's going to have a cookie cutter homepage video. That's not how we do it, because there is no formula. There is no template. I can give you jumping off script prompts, and I do, and I can give you actual examples. Oh, I do that too inside of the workbook, so you can see what a homepage would look like. But what you really need to think about is your unique audience and what you bring to the table. So that's the first part of it. That is you are in the right place. That is your hook. Now, the next part of it is what I call the feels, right? And the feels is your heart. right? This is your personality plus your authority, right? This is a prime opportunity for your audience to see for themselves, right? Like they get to see, like, oh, again, know, like, and trust. We all know that that is the triage triplicate. I'm at a loss for words today. I'm a little tired, people. I was gone all week, but anyway, it is the triple crown winner of what people need in order to connect with you. Right. And so we want to make sure that we have those three things, those know, like, and trust. And you can do that through your personality and your authority. Not to mention showing up on video immediately helps with the trust factor, right? And notice I didn't say a perfect video, a great video. Obviously, the content's going to be amazing because we're working together, but you do not have to show up perfectly in order to have a great homepage video. It does not have to be perfectly lit. You don't have to have the best equipment, but we do need to make sure that within this part, the heart, the feels, the desire, we amp up your authority. Because again, that first thing we did was like, you're in the right place. This is where we say, and here's how I can help you, and here's why I'm qualified to help you. Or if you're selling a widget, again, I don't think that homepage videos are simply for online business owners. I have worked with people in all kinds of niches and businesses and brick and mortars. If you have an online presence, aka if you have a website, you need a homepage video, period. So it doesn't really matter, whatever you're selling, you need a homepage video. And again, this is in the workbook, we work through, like, there are so many different ways you can approach this. If you're newer to coaching, let's say, right, you don't have a whole lot of things, there are other ways that you can amp up your authority. Or let's say that you have 20 years experience under your belt, you have an Emmy nomination, you have, right, that's where we would put this in. But we wouldn't just say, like, well, I'm Emmy nominated, so of course you're going to use my video services. No, we weave it in. We use stories. This is where we would put in some social proof. We can talk about success stories. You can pick one success story. There are so many ways that you can put this script together, all powerful, but it has to feel good to you. And that's why it's not cookie cutter. That's why I don't do templates. It's why I want to make sure that, especially when we're working live together for the workshop, that you get a little bit of time. Even if you don't get a hot seat, you're still seeing how I'm working with other people, and we're able to see, like, oh, that's how she's weaving that together, or oh, that feels so much better, right? It has to feel good to you, right? I always say you have to make them feel something so that they do something, which brings me to that last piece, and that is your CTA, right? And this is your call to action. So first we have your hook. You got to keep them there, right? Why are they there and why are they in the right place? The heart, those are the feels with a Z, and your authority. And then we have the CTA, your call to action. One thing that you want them to do. Listen, your ideal clients, your dreamies, the people who you know are just like such a great fit, they're being pulled in a lot of different directions. The internet is crowded. It doesn't mean you don't have a space. You do. And by the way, having a homepage video is going to make you stand out from everybody else because not enough people do have them. But they're being pulled in a lot of different directions. One simple decision. So you don't want to provide a whole lot of options or choose your own adventures, or right now depending on what you're doing, and maybe you have levels of something. Or for me, I work with forward facing entrepreneurs who need to get better at camera. And then I also have the test to magical. So on my homepage video, which I'm working on currently, my new one, my updated one, I may have them, self select there. That's okay. What I don't want to do is like, well, I have a freebie and a course and this, and I'll come to your house and then we might have a sleepover, right? Like, no, that is too many things. So we want to be very, very concise about what we are telling people to do. And then I mean, I am as bold as, and click the pretty red button below. Right? Tell them what to do. Tell them what's going to happen next. They came to your site, again, whether they know you or they don't know you, they come to your site looking for an answer. Give it to them. This is not the place to hold back. You need to say, you are in the right place. I am the right person, or this widget I created is, or whatever it is that you're selling is the right thing, and then tell them what to do. Now, again, in the beginning, I consider this video like the holy grail of all videos. So if you're like on the video fence, you know you need video, you don't know where to start with video, you feel like going live or doing any of those other things is a little bit overwhelming right now, this is the video to start with, your homepage video. And again, I will script it with you, but I feel like every business owner with a web presence must have this. And again, people are looking, they're not like cold, cold, cold. This is why I love this video, because either they're searching on the YouTugle, right? And then your page comes up and it'll come up a little higher because you have a video on there, which jams up your SEO. Yay, you, right? Just having a video on your homepage will help. But they found you because they're searching for something. So they're not cold, cold. They may be cold to you, but they're looking for a solution and you're going to give it to them. As I mentioned earlier, they stay on your page 88% longer. And I don't know about you, but when I look at my stats for my homepage, I would like them there longer than 10 seconds. The average person stays on my site for over 2 minutes. Over 2 minutes. That's pretty good. And of course, I have a homepage video, right? So again, they're going to find you faster because a hidden gem is that you have a video on your website. Yay, that's going to help boost, like I said, your SEO. And then again, this is how you stand out. This is how they can buy sooner. It's 90 seconds or less. And again, if your video goes to 2 minutes because it needs to be 2 minutes, who cares? As long as it's a good video, right? Like the content is good, which of course it will be. So now let's talk about the homepage video workshop, which is happening on November 17th. And it is happening live. It is like 3 hour, I say 2.5, but now I'm just going to start saying 3. So when you go to the page that says 2.5, just know it's a 3 hour course. Obviously, people are going to ask me two things. One, um, you know, do I have to show up live? It'd be great. If you don't, I have something else for you if you can't make it. It's on November 17th at noon Pacific time. The other thing you're going to ask me is, when am I doing it again? And I don't know the answer to that, right? So the last time I ran this live workshop, this 3 hour workshop, was last year at this time. So if you're thinking, I'll just wait till next time, if you are willing to wait a year to be seen, to be visible, to get more people clicking and buying and staying on your site, so be it. If not, you may want to, get into my world. And this is the way it works. When you sign up, and yes, if you're looking at the page and you go there and you're like, really? Yes, it's my gift to you. That is all it costs. And here's what you get. You get access immediately to a portal. And the portal has a training, a video training, and that workbook I keep talking about. And you do those together because this is a workshop, which means we are going to be workshopping. We are actually going to do work. You cannot show up with an idea in your head. Your expectation, if you're going to pay money and show up with me, and you have me, by the way, 20 years of video script experience, and you have me live there, and you're like, I think I'll just sit back and watch. What a waste of time. I expect you to show up with at least an outline of your own script. Because as I said, there's no cookie cutter. You have plenty of examples. You have prompts for each section, the hook, the heart, the CTA. And by the end of it, you will leave with your own script. Now, let's talk about bonuses, because you're thinking, okay, great, now I have a script, but how do I record it? Oh, you're going to get a bonus on how to record your own videos with me. I've done that before. How do I record my videos? I record them on Zoom. I, again, have a lot of really expensive video equipment sitting in a closet that I have never used in 7 years that I've been online. And the reason that's not actually true, my husband pulled all of it out and I was like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I have a phone and my finger and I can do that. And that's what I need you to hear. You may have a standard of how you think you need to show up. I'm going to push back a little bit and tell you that that's perfectionist Patty. You don't actually need to show up that way. You may want to show up like that, but that's not the way that video works. It's not the most effective, and your audience would prefer something a little more real and raw. So you have this bonus. Plus, 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 you're like, yeah, but I don't edit. You have this one. And we can always talk about like hiring out your editing. Because again, the way I show you in the tutorial on how to film it is how I film it for an editor. Plus, 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 you also get a bonus. And again, these are all going to live inside of the portal. right? So you have the tutorial and a workbook, and then I'm going to put these bonuses in. And I use Vimeo. So it's a Vimeo tutorial, how, because you want to be hosting your video, you want to give people access to speed controls and be able to load faster. So I do an entire Vimeo tutorial. Now, if you use Wistia or something else, you can at least take the idea of where you're hosting it. I would not host it on YouTube. We'll talk about that another day, but I do not think that hosting your videos on YouTube is a wonderful idea. That's just my personal preference. Now, the biggest bonus of all, which I maybe I should have led with this, but maybe you're thinking like, but where do I put this video? I have a homepage, or I'm writing my homepage right now. And by the way, if you have someone you know that they are working on their website, please send them my way, because you do not want to miss this one. I think that this bonus is worth probably double what the cost of the courses, the live workshop is. And this is with Elia Finkelstein. I mentioned it last week, and it's the 5 elements of a sizzling homepage. She is a conversion copywriter. What does that mean? She writes copy for you that converts. Now, the page that you're going to go to that I sent you to, she did write my copy, but not for that page because we haven't gotten to a sales page. I'm just sending you to a checkout page because I think this is going to fill super duper fast, and I have to be able to pull it down quickly. Again, limited seating. There's only so many people. Now, we're going to have hot seats. Are you going to get a hot seat? I'm not sure. Do your homework, and you'll see I'm going to send out a call for people to apply for hot seats to do on the workshop. What I can tell you is when I teach this, everybody says, even if I don't workshop their script, they learn so much, right? I'm there to answer questions for you. You will have lifetime access to all of this information. Plus, and again, if you're building your homepage, or you have a homepage and it's not converting, you have this amazing bonus from Elia. I interviewed her about the 5 elements of a homepage. How should you lay it out? And she tells you exactly where your homepage video should be. And it's a surprise. It was not the answer that I thought she was going to give me. But again, there's a whole flow to your homepage, and having the video on there is just like it's like a cherry on top. So let's go back. So again, you get all of those things, but the biggest part of this is you have live access to me for 3 hours. So you're going to do the homework. You're going to come with the script, and we're really going to live edit. And for anybody that has been in my world, and I just realized I haven't been checking the comments. Sorry about that. Your homepage video workshops are incredible and action packed. Thank you. It just says Facebook user. So Facebook user, thank you so much for that. But yes, and that's the thing. It's a momentum, it's action. I'm not going to show up and teach on November 17th. We are going to dive directly into your home pages, and we're going to go around the room, and I'm going to plant some hot seats. The people who come and they're like, oh God, I really would love to. I mean, it's worth it, even if you've been working on a script, to pay a ridiculously small fee. It's $397, people, by the way. And the cost of this, Daryl, hi. Oh my gosh. And Daryl has been in 6 and 6, where we work on the very first script we work on is the homepage script. And Daryl can tell you firsthand that having a script that feels like you, sounds like you, but also is done in such a way that it drives people to do that next thing is really important for establishing your authority. Marla, I love it. Hi, Marla. Good to see you on here. And so again, it's November 17th. It is at noon. It runs for 3 hours. Like, it's limited seating because we're actually going to be doing finessing, and you're going to see when I'm working with people, and it may be you, like if we're working together on your script, and Daryl can tell you this, we go back and forth. I have you read it to me because part of finessing a script is reading it out loud. Please, for the love of peanuts, tell me that you read your scripts out loud. You have to read them out loud, right? Otherwise, you're writing to be read and not to be said. And this is a speaker issue. This is a lot of people who are good writers aren't always great on camera, or they're not always great speakers, because what they're writing for is something, hi Gwen, to be read, not to be said. And so this is, why I love video so much. I was an English major, but a terrible speller. Doesn't matter for video. Nobody sees my spelling unless I do things like this, right? And so again, limited seating, but it's such a great workshop, but that's what we're doing. We're workshopping. So you show up with a draft, something that we can play off of, and then you can apply for a hot seat. And it just really depends on how many people sign up for it. I've limited it before to a certain number, and I find that isn't the best way to do it because again, people learn from watching other people's scripts, but you will leave with a script. Plus, you get the recording your own videos, editing your own videos, hosting your own videos, and then you get Elia's bonus on the flow of a homepage so that people will click and buy from you, which is just again the cost of her bonus training alone is worth so much. It's so much more than I'm charging just for the workshop. And you'll have the replay of the workshop. So once we're done, I'll put little chapters in it, and then we'll host that as well. So you have all of that living in a portal for a lifetime for $397. I feel like the ShamWow right now, but it's true. It's a ridiculously low amount, and the reason is I am such I have such heart when it comes to homepage videos because it really is that jumping off point. So, of course, I want you to be visible. Of course, I want you doing nurture video. Of course, I want all those other things, but this one comes first, right? This is the video. If you've been concentrating on other things, but it's not going great or you can't quite commit, I need you to commit to this one video because, again, ranks you higher in SEO, tells people right away that they have found the right person, you are qualified, and they don't have to look anywhere else. And then you tell them exactly what to do. That's the power of your homepage. And you want people getting to your site and not just clicking away. Marla says, I'm so ready for a homepage video. Woohoo! Let's do it. Right. So unfortunately, I can't post this. When I'm done, I'll go back to all locations. I never know where people are joining me from because I'm doing this in YouTube. I'm streaming this on LinkedIn. I'm streaming this on Facebook. Right. And so I will go back and make sure in the comments that I put this link so that you can click through. But again, you're just being taken to a checkout form, right? And the seats are limited. And then it's going to be shut down. So I can't tell you when the doors close. Doors close when I fill the course. And then we go on the 17th. But the earlier you sign up, the more time you have to work on your script before we get to the workshop. And when I'm asking for hot seats, you'll qualify for a hot seat because you'll have a script. And you just share a Google Doc. I'll look at it and be like, yep, great. We'll workshop yours live. Right now, I have had a couple people because I've been seeding this. What? Oh my gosh, she's been talking about something that she's going to sell prior to actually selling it. That's right, people, because that's nurture videos, right? So I've been seeding this, and I have been getting some people who are like, I can't make it on the 17th, and that's okay. If you are interested and you can't make it on the 17th, I highly recommend signing up and then sending me an email because I have something special for the folks who can't make it. But again, you're going to get the replay and you get all of the bonuses. And so it's well worth $397, even if you can't make it live, to do that. Because if you're a self-starter, and again, the last time I offered this workshop was 1 year ago. I was looking at that, I'm like, oh wow, I haven't run that in a while. So I can't make promises that I will be running it anytime soon. I'm sure last November I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do it in January. And here we are a full year later. And now I'm offering it again. So if you even have an inkling, if wherever you are, if you want to send me a DM, if you have a question or not sure if it's a good fit, or you can't make it live and you have, you want to know what that extra little special thing is, that's fine. Just send me a PM, DM, whatever you want to call those, personal message. You can email me to do it. But we are going to be live together, live on Zoom together, being recorded, actually finessing, working your script, and making sure that you leave with a homepage video that's not just a video, but a video that feels like you and feels really good. Right. And so that's the important part about this. It's not cookie cutter. There's no templates. We have jumping off prompts, but your Marla's is not going to be like Daryl's, isn't going to be like Gwen's. Right? They're not going to be like Michael's, not going to be like, they're all going to feel very different. So I can give you the base of what it is, but unless we're live, I can't say, oh, you know what? Actually, let's start with. So some people work on their heart, and then I'm like, no, let's start with that piece. That's your hook. I can't do that with you unless you're there live with me and you sign up for a hot seat. So I am looking forward to doing this next Wednesday. So it's next Wednesday, the 17th at noon, and I will see you all there. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Take care.